Welcome back to part 2 of the Saturday preview, looking at an attractive June Stakes Day card at Randwick on a 3-metre rail on a forecast slow track. Jeff's assessments for race 1 have been sent out in the break, and we're hoping to get a hard copy from somewhere. Of course, our very, very honourable hard copy man has had to retire, and there is someone hopefully waiting in the wings, but not sure about whether we'll actually have a hard copy for this weekend, but watch this space. Meanwhile, tomorrow, are we doing a top-up show, Glenn, or are you unavailable again?
Randwick's fine, mate.
Okay, so we'll get a top-up show out to you tomorrow. It was suggested
just with winter with the Rosehill. That's all.
Yeah, and as I say, in 3 weeks' time, we'll have 10:40. We'll have 11 a.m. starts, so that's going to be impossible in terms of a top-up for that situation. Anyway, top-up tomorrow, my set, and then the mounting yard gets crowded at 11 o'clock. All right, race 6 is the mile. It's the open mile, I suppose. Kerwin's Lane, $3.70. Brutality, $4.20. Order Again, $6. Royal Celebration, $7. And Opacity with the lightweight, $9.50. The speed is above average with Tory Joy and Too Big Fari, who jousted in the Scone Cup. On speed with Gone By. There's 3 potential leaders. The official maps say that Tory Joy crosses Too Big Fari. Gone By sits outside the lead, and Too Big Fari trails the lead. Next 2 in the running, Royal Celebration on the outside of Kerwin's Lane. Fair enough. Is this a boring race, Glenn?
No, not really, because this, for some reason, this is my go-to favourite horse in Sydney at the moment.
Yeah, number 2, Order Again.
I've got a second pick. No, my favourite go-to horse in this race is Brutality. I just think this horse is just deserving of a win. I loved its run last start. I couldn't believe the odds it was last start. I unloaded and I got hammered. I'm tipping 11 again tomorrow to beat number 2, Order Again, because it's a bit of a wallet box ticket there, if you know.
A bit. Right, because it trialled.
Because it trialled, yeah. A senior rider.
Yeah, are you worried about gate 1?
Yes.
Because, you know, it seems an obvious horse in many ways. It like absolutely ate the line last start over when coming back in distance. It's back up to a mile, and it's on a wetter track.
Yeah,
there's a lot to like about Brutality here.
And I think last start it blew to 850. This is a horse that blows all the time too. I like this horse.
It does.
I mean, it's $4
it blows all the time. Yeah, okay, I get it.
It's $4 now. I expect I'll be getting my money on tomorrow at $6, and I'll be winning.
Excellent. Well, it's on top with me as well. Gord, what do you want to say?
No problem with barrier 1 for this horse. Yet again, I don't mind inside draws if you're good on wet tracks and you don't have any weight on your back. You can be in not the optimal part of the track and still get the job done. Just stick to the goddamn fence, and if they fan wide Jay Innes, then you can just get out to the middle of the track without covering any extra ground, and you'll put these away. Number 11, Brutality, clearly on top. There are some other interesting horses in it. Like I was going to, Glenn seems to have a good feel for number 2, Order Again, so I'm not going to back it at the moment, but if there's a positive yard set up there, I'll throw something on it.
Bush form.
Yeah, bush form, good old Scone. Eh? And by the way, there's another one off Scone form that I just think leading with 52 kgs on your back, which is number 12, Tory Joy, which is a hateful horse. It's had so many starts, but I kind of like this setup, guys. Third up, it's $7.
Well, it's got a line through Brutality in the Kensington race, isn't it?
Yeah, and
it's another horse looking for Dr. Phil. Oh, Dr. Phil, I'm so fucking bored in this stable.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's just they should just lead at all costs with 52 kgs on your back. It might be hard to get past. I'd suggest Brutality will duck up the inside of it and go past it, but it's a horse of interest as well.
Who are those great Wallace stayers from about 5 years ago? Who, the Watchman, or Who Shot the Barman?
Yeah,
how bored were those horses?
This is your new thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why Sydney to Melbourne is good for them. Sydney to Brisbane's good for them.
They fucking love a holiday.
A gear change,
They're on holidays, Mark.
Well,
They
a
go,
rider change, Glyn off.
Guess who I'm backing in Brisbane on Saturday?
Who?
Funstar.
There you go. It's in the last race, the Dane Ripper.
Yeah.
One of the best horses in Australia, bored out of its mind.
It's up in Brisbane now.
I'm onto something with this.
Yeah, but it happens to all horses, Glenn. Basically, they start their racing career and they're all young and keen and enthusiastic, and then they get into the routine of racing and they go,
No. Well, I'd rather be trained by a broken down Glenn Pollitt in a stable, and every day you wake up going, "Oh, I hope I get a feed today."
Or maybe maybe you could be like Wendy Roach, isn't it, and give them pizza and champagne.
It's not boring.
huh?
Glenn
Glenn will be feeding his horse Maccas.
Funstar is $9 in that race, guys, and they're a bunch of walkers. Christ, if it's ever going to win a race, that's the one. Sorry, I'm talking about Brisbane. Pretty keen to bet
For the quaddy legs, boys, what are we doing for the quaddy legs, which we never get?
Hang on. We haven't finished talking about the race. I mean, there's an obvious horse that you either have to say yay or nay to. And, I know that
nay.
Forecast after it won that it was the biggest PR and he's looking to lay it next start. But Kerwin's Lane has a bit to like about it here, isn't it?
Oh, it's got a great chance.
I'm thoroughly liking laying it on Saturday.
It's just because of the PR. Because I mean, it's got a course and distance win as well, and it's got Bavdullah. It's third up. It's it should be in the finish, shouldn't it?
3 numbers in the quaddy, isn't there, boys?
Yeah.
Don't you want to throw 3 in? It's an honest little thing.
Yeah, but he's less effective at a mile, and he's missed his chance. That was his chance last time.
He's just looking for more shampoo.
3 numbers in the quaddy are 2 with the bush form, 7 and 11.
Seems obvious though.
And the Gordo quaddy will throw in 3 and 12.
And
on the other way around.
At the risk of talking about too many horses, there seems to be a lot of intent about Primitivo. Seems to be trialing like a 2-year-old.
It's got a history of trialing well, but
yeah, okay, because
it's so dead to me, it's unbelievable.
Well, it hasn't placed in its last 10 starts.
Low horse.
But anyway, all right. Race 7 is the feature. The June start.
By the way, I'm loving the interviews with Joe Pride. He's just a champion bloke, isn't he? Do you guys know him or not? I've only
I know Joe as well as most of the trainers out there that I know. Like when that means I don't know them very well. He is a fucking decent man.
Yeah, and he's got an idea not just about training, but also about map setup and
he talks like a form student.
Yeah,
he's keen. He's keen.
Impressed with him.
Yeah, he's very engaging as well. All right, the June Stakes, $4.60 for twos, $4.80 Wonder Bar, $5.50 Ballistic Lover, $6.50 Adelong. The map is, well, I thought Reagan Bayless would be like pedal to the metal here, but they reckon that Embracer, who's been back to the trials, holds out Adelong, holds out Ballistic Lover. Albumin behind, and Surreal Step now looks to take the fence. For twos, the intention will be to get off the speed here. Did you ever did you ever thought about that map, Glenn, about which horses would be more aggressive than others? I mean, I know that Embracer is a bit of a bold bully and likes to lead, but I didn't necessarily see it as.
I saw it up there.
Oh, it's up there.
Yeah,
it's up there. But I mean, you got a 3-year-old filly that's been kept fresh, has led all the way in its victory last start, and with the lightweight would be attempting to make all here.
So they're going to show intent with Ballistic Lover. Whether it either leads or sits OSL.
And either way, it's got none.
I think it's got a chance.
Okay. Well, I thought it got its birth that Roselle.
Well, maybe it did. Like leading in those circumstances, can.
This is just game on. There's just the 3 hopes, isn't there? Like this, it's clearly on top for Tess after you don't trial like that and don't come out and win next start. Like And perfect draw, perfect setup. Loves the distance. Okay, a bit icky the first run, but I can forgive. That was 4 weeks ago. The trials for a bomb. 8 on top. And then dead heat for second. Viridine or Wonderbar. There's no hopes. I didn't think there was any hope.
Viridine or Wonderbar. So what's wrong with Adelong? Adelong is a breakthrough mare at the course and distance that sat outside the lead and put them away.
Yeah.
She has to run well again.
You're quite right. She does, but I thought she got her birthday too.
All right. So you're big on the birthdays and
Big on the birthdays in this race.
Hmm.
I mean, she got her birthday the other day. Also, both the other day she was 14s. The other day Ballistic Love was 20s. They got their birthdays. I was just yeah. Adelong more chance than Ballistic, but I just had like probably 4th pick, I suppose. I thought you guys would be all over for Tessie off that trial gone.
I didn't like it.
See, we've got a breakup sort of theme running through the show over the last few months. So there's people are getting shamed for getting back with ex-girlfriends.
That old rod.
Look, I'm not going to bet in the race purely because I do have an emotional attachment to Fatu. Like I just cheer on so much for the Lismore guys, you know. But I just don't want to take that kind of price off a flop last start. I know it's had to freshen up in a beautiful trial, as Glenn says, but I just don't want to take that price. But I also don't want to, you know.
When you mean take that price, it's going to be $5 tomorrow, isn't it?
It's an open race. I think there's a lot of chances.
Okay, but it's not like it's $2.50.
Well, I mean, I'm given a good chance to number 12, Surreal Step. Like, what's wrong? It's third up now into this preparation. That run last start, finished in front of Adelong. It's a bit of a swimmer, I think. Can't see why he can't do something at double-figure odds. Ballistic Lover, I give a chance to. For 2, as Glenn's mentioned everything about it. I don't know how you were tipping Viridine, but I didn't see that.
No.
And I didn't see Wonderbar either. So
what? Because of the jockey? But she does ride it quite well.
And because I'm giving the tick to Adelong out of that race mark. So I'm saying Adelong's run was better than Wonderbar. Yeah,
but the setup might be better for Wonderbar. Look, I saw this race and I went, okay, 4-1 Wonderbar, 4-1 for 2s, 6-1 Adelong, 6-1 Ballistic Lover. I mean, they're the 4 that seem obvious to me. You got the favourite from the lead up and the winner. You got the favourite from the other lead up, which is the horse that's had a trial since for 2s, and you've got the wild card, which is the 3-year-old filly. Anyway, some people will argue that Embrace the started favourite in that race 2 starts back, but Betfair says otherwise. Yeah, look, what do you want to put in the quaddie, Glenn?
As long as we've got 18, I'm happy.
Okay, well,
you guys have shit-potted Viridine a little bit there, but we went to the track last time. It was at Randwick in the heavy conditions. It won by length and a half. Beat Handle the Truth and Southern Lad, carrying 61 kilos. I think it's
Handle the Truth and Southern Lad wouldn't be a hope in this race.
Don't know if I agree with that.
Handle the Truth has got that bush form behind that bush horse Marway.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm just being facetious.
No, because it's like you're thinking it's that form, like running second at Jungle Edge and then won again and won again. It's like 10 months ago. It's not that long ago.
But it is a long time ago.
Yeah, I get it.
Look,
I can't get a run in 8 or 10 months.
I would say my 4 for the quaddie, 5, 7, 8, 14. But what do you want to do with those, Glenn? You can
obviously 5, obviously 7, obviously 8, and who was the other one, Marcus?
14.
Okay, well, put it in. You both mentioned it. It's obviously going well.
And Gord gave strong push for number 12. What do you want to do with it?
I'm happy to put it in
because it's a double-digit number.
Yep.
All right.
By the way, it'll be in Glenn's top 4 from the Mountie Yard as well.
That'll be interesting.
I'll tell you the comment right
poisoned.
Now. Improved 3 lengths will be in finish.
Wow.
Right,
That's
we did
why when I
get we
said
did
that
we did
as
get
the
a
fifth
suggestion.
number, gone back 6 lengths, we'll run last. Have a laugh.
You know, it's funny. I could make that come true, Glenn.
Yes, that's
I
right.
got, it's bad enough Lamborn Grammy Quarter. Don't you need you?
I know, I
Grammy?
know.
Fucking hell.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Apparently, will be in the finish. Hasn't been in the finish the last few times.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if I tipped every single winner on top, I wouldn't be doing this show.
Oh, it's not a criticism. It's just
No,
an
I
observation.
understand. I get it. People critique everything you do when you do what we do.
Yeah.
Shut up.
All right. So yeah. Okay. Well, we're leaving number one out because Gordon and I both said no.
Yeah, you
it's-
vetoed. You vetoed.
Yeah. So it's 5 at along 7, 8, and 14, and oh yeah, they're the quality
A
numbers
very
there.
interesting race, guys. It's a great race.
And we've been quick to drop off Embracer after its disappearance at Rose Hill. Trial since. The race 8 is another interesting race, and 1,300 metres. Dream Circle is $5. Mirror Vision is 6. True Detective 650. Tricky Gal 7. Enchanted Heart 8. Grand Piano 8. The map is below average speed. The 3-year-old Holyfield back from Brisbane, back in distance, holding out True Detective. Dream Circle box seats, and they've got Enchanted Heart with the riding change. One out, one back. Thought either Mirror Vision or Irish Songs would look for that position, and maybe Grand Piano would be in front of Enchanted Heart, but that's the way they've put the map together. Glenn, what do you want to say about this?
Well, it's absolutely airborne Dream Circle, but what do I want to say about it? I'm tipping number 8 on who's absolutely flying. I thought Tricky Gal found a good spot for it, and I unloaded on number 2 last start, and maybe up to the 1,300 is better for this horse, but you know, I've got to mention another one of the most bored horses in the world is number 4, True Detective. It's another one of the Waller. Like, fair dinkum, this Waller, he needs to do something to entertain these horses. Newer rate, they're all just bored. I can't get this thought out of my head. I'm tipping 8 from 1, guys.
And is it too late to get on the Dream Circle? Because he's won 3 Saturday races in his last 4 starts. We didn't even mention the horse 2 weeks ago, and it was 7s into 7 to 2, let's say.
Yeah, we didn't.
And no one pulled us up because that was a bad miss.
Well,
That was a bad miss, particularly because we were saying that was a good form race, because we all like Bellucci Babe and Hulk off that run, and Dream Circle was the winner. So,
I think just the SP threw us down. Just thought, you know, that was its fluke, and also with D Payne, it's easy. But this is the time of year he does shine.
Yeah.
Horse is airborne.
Horse is airborne. You know, there were 2 horses I went looking for here, which were Grand Piano with the Canada form and Dream Circle. I couldn't get rid of number 1, and I can't get rid of the bottom one. But there are also 2 horses that have got the last start pearl of suddenly leading, which is True Detective and Irish Songs. But anyway, I'll leave that with you. Gord, what do you want to do here?
Definitely betting in the race. I admit it's open, but I just love backing what I think is the best horse in the race, and I think it's number 1, Tricky Gal. Like I think
it just goes very well fresh.
8 weeks off barrier trial. It was actually a lovely barrier trial as well, mid-prep barrier trial. Keegan Latham was one of the go-to jockeys. And, man, have a look at its 2 runs at Randwick. Its last 2 runs at, well, actually, a little while ago. We're second to Talier, finish in front of Ice Pass, and we're second to Crone in the Group 2. Like, they were on sticky tracks on that occasion as well. Man, you replicate, one was over 1,200, the other's over 14, came seconds on both occasions. I'm saying 13.
Love the narrative.
It's perfect. Yeah, of course, I would like less weight on a sticky track, but look.
Well, it's actually a vote of confidence that he's gone for the good senior rider, isn't it?
Senior rider, yeah. It just looks like a really good setup to me, and I'm sick of so many of these others. I'm sick of Enchanted Heart. I'm sick of Grand Piano. I'm sick of True Detective. I'm sick of Holyfield. You know, I'm sick of Dream Circle, even though it's been winning. And then, to be honest, like, that's not much of a race, that Mirror Vision thing, but it might have
looking worse and worse, isn't it?
Yeah, but it might have a fair amount of upside off that, and it does have 52 kgs. Would I ever back it? No way in the world, but it could do something. I'm backing 1 off, number 1.
All right. So I said 8 from 1, 12 and 3. Can I have those 4 in the quaddie, or you want? What do you want to do?
Well,
Glenn?
I said 8 from 1, Mark. So you can have whatever you like, man.
Yeah,
Who's
okay.
12?
Mirror Vision,
Yeah, and 3.
Grand Piano. Like
No,
Enchanted
no,
Heart.
no,
Enchanted.
you can't have Grand Piano. It's gone, mate. It got beautiful Nash in Canada to come
Okay.
second.
All right. So the quaddie numbers are 1, 8, and 12. I've brushed Enchanted Heart because it's tea buried all day. That just seems horrendous to me. And really weird him putting the blinkers on new arrangement first up with the Gun Apprentice. Not sure what to make of that. But
51 kgs. Now, normally with Walla, putting an apprentice on means it's not time to shine. But, you know, we're all treating Reece Jones differently. Are the Waller stable treating Reece Jones differently?
I think not.
Okay.
That would be my gut feeling.
Okay.
That, yeah. All right, the nightcap, 1,400 metres. And the market is, of course, headed by Blondo, who's a little bit longer than I thought he would be. He's 310, $4 Canasta, $6.50 Cisco Bay. Again, trialing up. The map is a bit tricky for Cisco Bay. Canasta, certainly designated leader. I had Bentley Magic outside lead. They have Regal Stage, who's fresh Gaybot, pushing on from the leader's gate. Kobe Rock, certainly box seating. That seems okay. And they've got Jazzland getting into 1-1. It could be Cinque Day. It could even be Epic Dan. But above average speed. Gord, how are you handling Blondo here?
Absolute Monty of the day, can't lose. Number 10, it's a dead set moral. When we reviewed it, you know, I was slightly disappointed in what it did, probably more because I expected it to win. These are a bunch of walkers. By the time we get to this stage of the program, it's going to be middle to outside, I'd suggest, and it'll just round them up and win. Too good for those. And I love it on sticky stuff, Mark, as well.
Yeah, so it's now $3 best since I wrote down $3.10 half an hour ago, and now it's at $11.21. It's no better than $3.
Well, I had a chat to somebody about 2 minutes before the show started. So.
Right, I noticed that it was $4.50 opener with Sportsbet. What's that about, Gord?
I wouldn't know. I know the person that priced it, and would suggest that he wasn't thinking of it was that price.
I haven't got it really short because I struggled to get it really short, but I just thought, well, will it be?
Where are you going to go here? Guys, where are you going to go here? These are a bunch of walkers.
Well, when I was thinking about what price it would be, I suppose I thought it would be $2.50. And so when I initially looked on, and it was $3.20, and then now it's only $3. But it just surprised me that it seemed a horse that you could easily market short because it's got the connections. It's third up. It's Bavdullah. It started evens the other day.
Matt negative horse, but Mark, that's one drag on the short price.
I know, but isn't Criminal Code the drag on Canasta, which is the lead up?
I'm giving Canasta none because it doesn't like sticky stuff.
That's true. That is very, very true. And yes, where can you go? Where can you go, Glenn?
I've only 2 possible chances and probably only 1 1/4 chances. So 10's clearly on top. I think it's a moral. Can't see it getting beat, and I just need to check out how Cisco Bay parades and how it's looking because it's the only danger.
Gerald Ryan fresh, likes wet.
Yeah, and it's funny that Gerald Ryan is not travelling as well at the moment as he has been. That's Gerald and Sterling, but still, their fresh horses are holding. They're bearing the. They're bearing the weight. It's.
By the way, it's priced pretty short for a Cisco Bay like kind of horse, isn't it? Like $7.50.
I know. It's an old horse.
Yeah,
but, so I mean, it was a softly run first up with Glyn on board last time, whereas there looks to be a bit of intent about it here, and comes off a decent last start Randwick Saturday run.
What are we doing with the quaddie? 2 numbers or 1 number?
I only want 1 number. It's up to you guys.
Mark wants to put Canasta, and I can see him about so.
Look, I've marked. Do you want my market?
Yes.
5-2 Blondo, 5-1 Cisco Bay, 7-1 Canasta.
5-1 Cisco Bay.
It's a better horse than you think, Gordo.
Man. Shit.
I'm happy to. I'd like to put two
Right.
numbers in.
Sorry, and I've got
I'll put it.
7-1 Kobe Rocks, which I can't seem to get rid of.
We'll get rid of that one. Glenn and I'll get rid of that one for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
funny
get rid of Canasta as well for you.
Yeah.
But I mean, Canasta at least presents properly, doesn't he? Like he resumed at 13 on this track 2 weeks ago, led, just got beaten. Now he's at 4.
Yeah, I don't like him too much tomorrow, so that's a bit of an alert there with Baker.
You don't have much luck with Baker.
I don't have much luck with anybody.
Apparently, there was someone I met for lunch yesterday that said,
Because I tell you what a life you've got, Mark. Off to charity auctions every day, lunches, sandwiches with Robbie.
Pretty good.
You know?
It's pretty good. It's
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
You've nearly got as good a life as
Anyway,
Brett
what did he say, Mark?
He said, Glenn said to me, imagine how good I'd be if I had my brains and your luck.
Oh, that's a good line. Yeah. Well, you know, I always say, there's a quote, I'm not sure of the exact word, Napoleon said. So obviously he's one of the most brilliant military commanders that's ever existed. And he said, give me a lucky general over a talented one any day of the week.
yes. I remember. That is, he's famous for saying that.
Yeah.
Well, there's superstition. We attach superstition to all manner of things. So the Rosehill race that the shipper won, that went to Brisbane and won again. What's its name? Charlize.
Oh yes,
it was a 72 3 and 4 year old race, and you've got, it was run on a Saturday. But I notice in the subsequent weeks that the market has heavily discounted that race. It's gone.
Absolutely.
That's not a Saturday race.
It just says pop.
So for those of you out there wondering why I've got Kobe Rocks in the betting, it's because of that. And the market says otherwise. But anyway, okay, so we're putting in Cisco Bay and Blondo for the quaddie, is that right?
I'm comfortable.
Yeah, I'm happy.
8 and 10. All
Not
right.
a bad card, guys. Scratches. We'll have a quick top up in the morning.
What about your bet? What about your best?
Yes,
my
what about
my
your
best bet's in the last, Blondo. Don't want to get him before you, Gord, but it doesn't. And I'm going to make my each way best bet of the day, Viridine, just to stick it up you two for. Like,
I love that.
I think it'll run a race tomorrow at double figures.
Wow, you're tipping a blue horse, an old boyfriend blue horse of mine.
It's an old boyfriend of yours, Gord, but you broke up with him. I'm just starting. I'm taking over your slops.
So, Gord, what are you saying?
Yeah, pretty keen to bet on the card. Race 1, number 4, Vern.
A great chance.
I think it's a good bet. Nice. Where else am I going? Look, race 4, number 7, Gravina. Replicates what it does last start. It'll just win.
It's a funny saying that, isn't it? If so, what's the alternative?
Because I'm saying that was an outlier performance, and that's what Glenn's saying as well. He's saying that I'm going to ignore that last start performance because I think it's like if we're looking at a linear sort of graph, there's an outlier point there, and he's saying that's the performance.
Yeah, but isn't it obvious that if it replicates that performance, it wins again? It's a no-brainer. It's not a.
No, it's not always the case. A lot of times, horses, if they replicate their start, they're up against better horses.
Yeah, well, this is a 3-year-old that's suddenly racing 4-year-old, 4-year-old. I'd say this is a weaker race. Anyway, that's my argument.
Race 6, number 11, Brutality. Just hug the fence, mate. That horse is a swimmer. And race 9, absolute bet of the day. GP is going to have an absolute fill up. He'll be in the car down to all tabs around New South Wales right now to take this $3.20. Blondo is the bet of the day.
Right. My suggestion for the program is Mr. Wong, race 2, number 1.
Oh my God!
God!
You've gone mad.
You fucking bag at Viridine. I'm leaving you two now because I'm going because I'm so sick of both of you. I'll text you what time in the morning, Marcus.
All right. I'll see you then, Glenn, and we'll see everyone else either tomorrow or Monday. Catch you then.
Bye, guys.
There you go.